What's up, everybody? Let's see. Let's give it another minute here. Nobody's on yet. I got a minute or two early. So let's see how we're doing here. All right, let's set it all up. Set that up here. What's going on, everybody? Let me know you're here in the comments. We'll get this rolling. Chris, yeah, that's right, baby. Another W for the Yankees. Another W. 7 straight. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Take a little roll call here. We got Chris here. Who else is on? All right, got 6 people on now. Coming on slowly. Justin, dude. Yeah, Taillon did have it going, man. He pitched another great game. He really did. But let's recap it. So the Yankees took their 7th straight win, right? And Taillon was on the mound. Let's start off. There was pretty much nothing going on until the 3rd inning. That's when the Yankees kind of got on the board. Velasquez hit a triple to right center that they couldn't get up when he hustled at it, sliding triple. Then Kyle Higashioka drove him in with a 2-run double, with an RBI double, make it 1-0. Voit, in between that, Tyler Wade got on base, and Voit hit a 2-run double to make it 3-0, drove both of them in. Then Rizzo hit a sac fly, and Voit tagged up and made it 4-0 Yankees in the 4th inning. And then it stayed that way until the 6th, and actually a couple more at-bats. Higashioka added 2 more and make it 6-0 with a 2-run bomb. So then it was 6-0, and it stayed that way until the 6th inning. Then the Twins got on the board. Jake Cave, opposite field home run to make it 6-1 off of Taillon, and Jorge Polanco hit a 2-run double off of Taillon as well to make it 6-3. Taillon did give up 3 runs, but and then in the 8th inning, Jorge Polanco came up and again hit an RBI single to make it 6-4. And at that point, Taillon was pulled out of the game. But in the bottom of the 8th, Stanton added an insurance run with an opposite field laser beam line drive to make it 7-4. And then at that point, we had Chad Green come in the 9th. He did serve up a solo shot to Miguel Sano to make it 7-5, but he closed out the rest of the inning to make it a win for the Yankees. So all in all, we had Taillon go 5 1/3, give up. He had 5 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, no walks actually, and 5 strikeouts. Wandy came in 1 2/3 of clean inning, clean baseball. Britton came in and through the 8th, he did give up a run, 2 hits and a run. So he wasn't as sharp today as he was the last 2 games, but he's still building himself back up into his normal self. So, and then Chad Green came in, served up a run, but he got the save, handing Taillon the win. And the Yankees won their 7th straight games. So that's how the game unfolded. I mean, it's just the Yankees keep winning. They got more contributions again from the bottom half of the lineup. Velasquez, another day with 2 hits. I mean, Stanton put up a nice insurance home run there. And it's nice to see Stanton kind of on a roll now, putting some home runs together. So that was his 20th of the year. So he might be on pace for like 30 and 90 or something like that. So that's a pretty solid year for Stanton. I'll take that any day. Who's that? Sash Keeper, what's up, man? What's going on, man? How you doing? John G. Yeah, the game was going well until the Twins started creeping. Yeah, I mean, the Twins they're not as good as they were before, but they're a pesky team, and this is what they do. Like, they just kind of gnat. They're like a bunch of gnats, and they pick their way back and score some runs. But the Yankees have been playing pretty well. They're playing like 700 or 800 ball against the Twins over like the last decade or so. So they do well against the Twins, particularly in the postseason. So I hope they stay that way. Yeah, Sano. I mean, Justin Sano does do well against the Yankees. He really does. He's one of those guys. Like, it's like Sano and JD Martinez and like there's some odd guys here and there that they're Yankee killers. And it's back in the day too, like. When I was growing up too, Jay Buhner and some of these guys were just Yankee killers all the time, like Manny Ramirez. Well, Manny Ramirez was a whole nother level, him and Poppy Yankee killers. But thank God they're not playing baseball anymore. So, Slash Keeper, Yankees are on fire, man. They definitely are on fire. And Jesus, appreciate that, bro. And I'm glad I got the live stream going now. That way we can have live dialogue, like talking to you guys back and forth. I'm going to keep it rolling, man. I will be sprucing things up once I'm in my new spot. And I'll have my backdrop. And for those of you who don't know, I have an aerial backdrop of basically a drone or a helicopter flying over the original Yankee Stadium. So you'll see that. I'll be breaking that out pretty soon as well. That's coming back. So once I'm in my new spot, I'm moving into a new house in the next week or so, and I'll have my my whole thing back up. So I can't wait for that. But in the meantime, we're going to keep rocking and rolling with some live streams and some post games and stuff like that, and some other videos. We're going to try to keep this thing going. So I appreciate all of your support, and you guys have been really good, and I love you guys. And yeah, it's grown, man. It's thanks to you guys, man. You know, and then you guys motivate me to put out good content, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to continue putting out good stuff, and I'm going to keep researching and coming up with some good things, and hopefully we can get this thing popping. I want to see like 100 or maybe 200 people at some point in the live streams, man. So that'd be really cool. That we could really, you know, get some things going here. And I try to answer as many as I can. Sometimes this thing scrolls up pretty quickly. So if I don't get to you right away, don't worry. I will get to you. Just keep putting stuff in the comments, man. But you know, yeah. I mean, what do we got here? Steve the Great, dude. They've owned the Twins for a while, man. Like. I'm glad they own the Twins. You know, I'm really glad that they own the Twins. They need to start owning the teams like the Royals, who are just a pain in the backside for the Yankees. I don't know why, but they just, oh my God, it's just another another gnat thing. It's just, but it is what it is. It's been that way for a long time. If Nestor can connect, win for Cole and Monty tomorrow, we're gonna. Yeah, I mean. They have a chance at sweeping, you know, Justin. They really do. I mean, my guess is they'll take at least 3 out of 4. I would love a sweep. If they sweep them, that means they've won 10 straight, and that's exactly the type of run that the Yankees need to go on to maybe inch closer to Tampa Bay in the division. So, with the expectation that Tampa maybe loses a couple of games here and there, because they're not losing much, so they're really really good. And Richard, man, playing the Yankees. Dude. It's not only is it like a playoff feel. I'm starting to feel like a playoff environment, an atmosphere at Yankee Stadium. The crowd is into it again. The players are into it, and there's just a lot of intensity at Yankee Stadium now. And it's that feisty feeling I haven't felt in a while, and I feel that it's back. So that's really good, man. That's really really good. And but you're right. It is the cost of being great. It's almost like a playoff effort all the time, and it's just the Yankees. Like people, for the most part, they play the Yankees hard. And so it makes it challenging for the Yankees. But just goes to show it's a testament to the team that they have and the quality that these guys have on the lineup and the rotation, and the bullpen. Dude, Taillon is a big reason for this turnaround for the Yankees, and he's one of the big reasons. When we had instability in the rotation, either with guys on the IL or Cole out and Montgomery out on COVID, he held things together, man. He's been a piece of glue, and ever since first couple of games were rough, but then he's really found a groove, and he's on fire, man. And I hope he continues this momentum, and I really do, because he's been a gem find for the Yankees, man. It was a big acquisition for Cashman, man. So he's been playing really, really well. And Steven, what's up, man? Live from 161 River Ave. It's the recap. That's right, man. That's right, baby. We're going to keep doing recaps now, man. You know, we're going to keep doing this. And I want to get you guys live time reporting, too. If I see if anything pops up, I want to get it to you guys and gals and hopefully give you, keep us all updated on what's going on. And small ball, again, small ball. This is the thing I brought about, like, that I mentioned when the Yankees were going into the trading deadline. They needed more guys to kind of contribute to the small ball, just small ball baseball play, and they didn't get Velasquez at the deadline, but he's contributing to that. A lot of these guys are, Tyler Wade, they're just putting it together, moving guys over, getting key hits, and a lot of things like that. Small ball, bunting dudes over, and just making routine plays that they didn't normally make, or that they weren't really making at all early in the season. And it's this small ball addition and these role players, more key role players, have made the Yankees a hell of a lot better of a team. So it's really exciting to see. They're much more fun to watch than they were a month and a half ago, by like a million times. So, and this is one of the things that the really good Yankee teams over the last couple of decades, they had great role players. They were bereft of a lot. I mean, they had some superstars, but like their role players were, all across the board. That lineup was relentless to get through. And this lineup, once it's at full strength, once we get Gio back and Glaber, and you have all these guys in there, if you get Rizzo and Voit, like it's going to be a really, really tough lineup to get through. It's going to be very difficult to get through that lineup. So I'm really hoping we get to the point where they're at absolute full strength by the postseason. It's going to be tough for people. I mean, they are built for the playoffs. And Richard, you're right, man. They are. And I wasn't so sure before, but the moves that they made at the deadline kind of, boosted my confidence in that. And they are built for the playoffs. They're built to beat some of these teams, and they can go pretty far in the playoffs if provided they stay healthy and they keep doing what they're doing. They're going to be a really tough team to beat. So they have that. They just have that hunger now, the feistiness, the eye of the tiger. It's a different Yankee team. And, and it's good to see these guys, stepping up and contributing in ways that they weren't earlier this season. So, and it's good to see Judge and Stanton staying healthy. I mean, knock on wood, I hope it stays that way, but, and they're contributing. And so are these other guys like Velasquez, and just a lot of major contributions from up and down the lineup. So, and again, major, minor, they're all adding up. So it's a compounding effect of contributions with this team. And yeah, I mean, yeah, and dude, John, I echo that sentiment exactly. Voit has that same kind of heart and passion like Paul O'Neill does. He's, and you could tell when they interview him, and when he said he should get as much playing time as Anthony Rizzo, that wasn't a shot at Rizzo. That was a defense of of what he's contributed, and he's not wrong. I mean, if there is a way, as long as Judge and Stanton stay healthy, they can both play the outfield and Gallo in the outfield, and then you can have Voit DHing and Rizzo playing first and DJ. You can have them all in the lineup at the same time, and that's the way they can do it. So and again, rotating guys around in and out of DH so that Stanton gets a day off, Judge gets a day off. But Stanton's better when he's playing in the outfield. It's obvious. It was that way when he was with the Marlins. It's that way when he's with the Yankees. So, and I think he's a little bit more focused and less distracted at the plate when he has, some other things to worry about when he's playing in the outfield. But as long as he keeps his legs healthy, because injuries tend to be his legs, then I'll think they're in good shape. And again, then they can play Voit and Rizzo, and that's where I think the Yankees will be at maximum strength in terms of offensive and defensive production, because Voigt's a little bit superior at the bat when he's on fire. Rizzo's superior with the glove. So they both can contribute in their own ways. Rizzo's good with the glove too, with the bat, but he's a whiz over there defensively at first. He just reminds me of a little bit of Tino, reminds me a little bit of Donnie Baseball. So, I like him at first base, man. That guy scoops up everything. He really does. And he's saved a lot of errors already too. Yeah, I mean, dude, Puerto Rican, yeah, dude. He's got heart, bro. And it's something that the Yankees did not display for a long time. So it's good that he's vocal about it. And it's good that Cole is the way he is too. He's a very thoughtful player and pitcher. You could tell when you interview him, but he's a bulldog on the mound. And the Yankees were missing that fire and that personality for a while. And they have it with Cole. They have it with Voit. They have it with a lot of these other guys. And it shows. The team has more personality now, a more clear identity, and a much bigger fire in the belly. So it's a lot of fun, watching them. And again, a lot of folks are saying too, Torres. Oh, wow. Yeah, Richard, Torres might find himself on the A's, huh? Well, I mean, the Yankees are deep in shortstop. Who would they? Who if the Yankees traded Torres, who would they trade him for? If they trade him to the A's, Richard, who would they get for him? Do the A's have enough to give up and the Yankees? Torres has 3 more full seasons of team control, and if he comes back, obviously he's got a high ceiling. So what could the Yankees get for him from Oakland is the question. The first thing the Yankees should probably do is ask for Sean Manaea right off the bat. I don't know if that would happen, but that should at least be the discussion opener. But is one of the lefty starting pitchers. Yeah, they are. I mean, Richard, they are better. They're better with Voit and Rizzo in the lineup, and DJ and all these guys. I mean, they have a deep lineup when they're all together, when they're all in it. So, and that lineup can really bash. And that's the thing. You have guys that can bash. You have guys that can move guys over. You have guys that can play small ball. They all complement each other. They didn't do that earlier in the seasons because there were so many holes and so much either lack of confidence or just lack of hustle and lack of just a lot of things. It's a completely different identity now. So 3 prospects for well, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, a young shortstop like that, I think he's 24, hasn't turned 25 yet. He's got 3 seasons of control left. And, instead of paying, and the A's don't pay $200 million for shortstops, and the majority of the free agent shortstops this offseason are going to get close to that probably or over it. So the A's could trade for Gleyber Torres, but that's under the, that's what the understanding that the Yankees are probably going to, well, call. I don't know if any of their shortstops are. I mean, Oswald Peraza is the closest. He's ahead of Volpe right now, but I think Volpe is probably the shortstop of the future there. But that remains. Well, I don't know. I don't know because I mean I like Volpe, and I like if there's any way you can get Volpe and Peraza in the lineup at the same time in the infield, but then that would mean you'd be moving from some of those other guys. But Volpe I think is still a year or two away. But the way he's tracking, he's on a good trajectory. So is Peraza. They're good, man. Torres should be with the I mean the Angels need a shortstop, and the Angels have. I mean, the Angels have. I don't know if they have enough in terms of prospects, but I would definitely be looking for teams with a deep farm. Yeah, and Richard, you said it too. A deep. I'm curious to know what the Dodgers are going to do. Well, actually, they have Trey Turner now, so that doesn't make any sense. And Greg Allen. Well, Greg Allen should be one of the guys that comes up here when they expand the roster. They don't expand it by a ton, but he should be one of the guys that comes up here. Greg Allen. He contributed a lot to the team in his own way, and he deserves to be up here when they expand in a couple weeks. Yep, and Voit and Rizzo should be in lineup together. I mean, it just makes it stronger, and so should Gio and Torres and DJ and Judge and Gallo and Stanton and like all these guys. Velasquez, and well, Torres and Gio here. Velasquez won't be, but at least in the lineup. But they should, they'll have a ridiculous lineup on everybody's at full strength. But I like the contributions that are made by these guys. They're also part of the Yankees turnaround, a big part of it. Their winning streak, and from Velasquez to Higashioka to Tyler Wade to Jameson Taillon, unheralded guys, right? I mentioned some of these guys the other day. Brett Gardner's contributed quite a bit recently too, so they all deserve credit for this turnaround and for this this recent. The Yankees have had the best record in baseball since the All-Star break, and they've all contributed to that. Volpe is definitely a stud. He's behind maybe a year or so in development. He's just younger, that's all, than Peraza, but he's on a high trajectory. And, he's got the makeup of a Derek Jeter type, yeah, I don't think Voit took a shot at Rizzo, Nick. I mean, like I was just saying a few minutes ago, he didn't really take a shot at him. He just said he deserves to play as much as Rizzo, and he's not wrong, man. Look at what he was the major league home run leader last year, even though he got hurt this year, and he's healthy and productive again. So, he's when he says he should play as much, I don't think he meant. He would have probably said it. I should be at first base and not Rizzo. So there is a way to get them both in the lineup, but I think that's what he meant. And if you can get them both in the lineup playing together, and the Yankees are a much stronger team. So even if you have them at DH, and you can give Rizzo a break on occasion, give Rizzo a day off, then you plug Voit at first, or Rizzo at DH day. You can rotate him. So that he gives them options. So I didn't see it as a shot at Rizzo, but he was voicing his frustrations because, I mean, it was kind of out of nowhere that the Yankees – I didn't expect the Yankees to get Anthony Rizzo either. So I could see why Voit would be a little upset at that, but at the same time, Boone's made it clear that he wants both of them in the lineup. So as long as he finds a way to do that, then he'll be all right. Yeah, Rich, Allen should be the fourth outfielder, to be honest with you. I know there's other guys, Ambergate coming back from an injury and stuff like that, and you have, even though Jonathan Davis was sent down, they've got Gardner here, and they've got, some other guys, but, Greg Allen should essentially be the fourth outfielder, fourth or fifth, and so I'm curious to know whether they're going to bring up Allen and maybe Rob Brantley, another backup catcher, or whatnot when they expand the rosters. So I'm really curious to see what they do. Obviously, I think Luis Hill will come back up because they sent him down. So it'd be nice for him to have a little bit of a break right now. But Allen, see, that's the thing, Rich. Allen won't start. He'll be the fourth outfielder. Those guys are, but again, I think, 1 day a week off for Gallo, Judge, and Stanton is a good idea. Even rotating them or whatever. They should have a day off every week, at least, or at least Judge and Stanton, maybe a day off every 2 weeks for Gallo, or a day off every 10 days or something like that. And that's where Allen can get semi-regular playing time, kind of rotating for these guys. And he plays multiple outfield positions. So that's where I think he has good value. So, and he gets on base, he does the little things, and he's really fast in the outfield. So, and he's got a good glove. So it adds defense and versatility to the Yankees lineup and just their outfield. Yeah, man. These guys are producing, man. And you're right, Justin. The offense is at its best when they all play. You know, when Voit and Rizzo are in there together, they contribute in their own ways. They complement each other, and that's the thing. You know, these guys complement each other more than they offset each other, and they've learned how to do that. And Rizzo's a veteran, man. He knows how to make this work. Like he's not the type of guy that's going to create drama. Neither is Voit. They're going to figure out a way to make it work. But Voit tends to be a little bit more vocal. So, and Gardner's the fourth outfielder. Yeah, I could see Greg Allen supplanting him though. Although, I mean, it might not be this year. I mean, Gardner might finish out the year and then retire or move on or do something else. But I think Greg Allen deserves a shot either way. But I can't deny Gardner's contributions, especially in the second half of the season. So he's done a lot. With Velasquez, when Torres is back, I don't know. He might be the utility guy. I mean, I don't know. Him or Tyler Wade. That's the thing. Like, these guys are showing their value right now and contributing a lot. But, like, as we know, Torres is the starter. So Torres is going to come back. But this is what I said yesterday and other days. Like, guys like Torres, guys like Gio, they need to play a couple of rehab games in the minor leagues to get the timing back in their swing and just to get their motion and their rhythm back, in my opinion, to show that they can actually contribute again instead of throwing them right to the wolves and expecting them to be right on the money. Just like with, you know, bringing guys back, pitchers from rehab, they need to have a couple of games in the minors to let them get their mechanics back and their timing back too. So I think it's an important transition point for these guys, offensively and pitching. And it also allows guys like Velasquez and some of these other guys to play a little bit more especially if they're contributing. I mean, I don't see the point just throwing Torres back in while Velasquez is hot and with no guarantee that Torres is ready to contribute. Like, he might go 0 for 20, and we could have had, you know, 5 for 20 or something like that from Velasquez, which would have been better. Like, that's what I mean. So these guys should have a couple of games in the minors to show that they're ready again before they move up. But the Yankees don't always do that for some reason, and that's one of the frustrating things for me. Yeah, Rizzo is clutch in the playoffs. I mean, a lot of these Yankees are clutch in the playoffs. I'm really curious to see how well they do at full strength, because then they have the highest odds of a bunch of guys together being clutch in the postseason. And the Yankees now, you know, again, before the deadline, there were a lot of guys that were hot, a lot of guys that were cold, and there was never a stretch of guys together. Now we're getting a little bit closer to a little bit of a balance, so the Yankees would be better positioned to go on longer stretches of winning and just hot streaks. So that's why playing them, you know, as much as you can at the same time is the best option for them. It kind of sets them up to do that. But, and again, you know, having Rizzo and, yeah, like, you know, like you said too here, Juan Plug, I mean, it motivates guys to contribute and produce. And having these guys in there, when they figure out a way to play, not only with a lead or without a lead, they're still motivated to go out there and do the things, do the little things, do the big things. And again, these guys are veterans; they figure things out. Like they're mature. We don't have a lot of drama queens on the Yankees, and I'm thankful we don't have like guys like Trevor Power and Yasiel Puig. There's too much drama surrounded by these guys. Good players, but I'm glad that the Yankees have, you know, a lot of guys in check with that. So, and it's important. And that's the thing. I think you know, if you become that way and you don't produce, the Yankee fans are going to let you have it, and rightfully so. You will have earned that. And everybody knows this isn't any other market like the Yankees. The Yankees, New York market is brutal. Fans, press, they're going to let you have it one way or another. And this isn't Pittsburgh. This isn't Colorado. This isn't Milwaukee. This is New York. This is the jungle. You know, you have to be ready for anything here. So, and you're better producing than being a diva and not producing, because those are the types of things that get you eaten alive here. So that's why I'm really good that the Yankees don't really have that very often. And when they do, they're usually eaten alive pretty quickly. So, yeah, I mean, Clint Frazier, and I just did a video on this too, Clint Frazier, and it's unfortunate. I still don't know what's going on, but, you know, concussions can, and he's got a couple concussions, so they can affect your eyesight. And they're looking into vertigo, eyesight. And it's unfortunate because him and Miguel Andujar, even though Andujar is on a rehab assignment now and he got a hit, and they both had kind of elite level or potential level major league bats, and they both were able to contribute. And Clint Frazier carried the team for like a month or two in 2019. So, or was it last year? But nevertheless, you know, they're kind of irrelevant right now. And I don't see a path back for either one of them with the backups that the Yankees have right now, especially coming back from these long-term injuries. I just don't see it. Clint Frazier might be better off would it change the scenery? Miguel Andujar, I don't know, is a super utility here, maybe, or also a change of scenery. But both of them are such a ways off, unfortunately. And it's a shame because I thought they were going to be, permanent fixtures in the Yankees' future, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be that way now, unfortunately. And I mean, they're still young; they can turn it around and have good careers. But it's just, I think their window is kind of closed with the Yankees, unfortunately. But if they can get back to somewhat full strength and produce even at AAA, then they will at the very least become valuable trade pieces. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know, but I hate saying they're kind of irrelevant, but they kind of are right now, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean Rizzo. Yeah, I mean Rizzo just quietly gets it. He goes out there and does the little things. He's productive. He's clutch. Like he just does it all, and he helps. He had that talk with Chapman like when they were with the Cubs together, like helped get him through stuff. And he's a veteran, so he won't hesitate to get in your face or slap you in the butt or motivate you. Like that's what veterans do, And we didn't have. Yankees didn't have a vocal veteran like Rizzo, and that's why he brings that intangible to this team. So while I wasn't expecting the Yankees to get him, I'm definitely not upset that they got him. So he brings that dynamic here, and it was a needed dynamic because they were lacking vocal leadership, and I think he brings that piece, and it's really good to see. It's refreshing. Yeah, I mean Stanton. Yeah, dude. I mean Stanton's expensive, but at the very least he's producing this year. I hope he stays healthy for the most part. In my opinion, if you can get 120 games out of him every year, that's a good thing. He'll put up there 25 or 30 with that, maybe even a little bit more with 80 and 90 RBIs. I would take that for the rest of his contract, but that's where a day off every week comes in handy instead of riding him until he gets hurt. I don't think that's the right idea. I think he needs regular rest. He's a big dude, just like Judge. They're big dudes, so they're built like NFL linebackers and tight ends. So they need regular rest every week to kind of aid in their recovery. That's in my opinion, but as a former baseball player as well and a competitive athlete, and it's working with a lot of different athletes. It's something that's a needed thing for players of that size. So, but yeah, I mean he's a very he makes a lot of money. He makes at least $25 million a year from the Yankees, Stanton. So, and expect Judge to make that much too after next year. He's gonna get a big contract too. So, it is what it is, and that's just the way that it is. So we'll see what happens with we'll see what the Yankees do with both of them. But I'm really curious. Yeah, I mean, Frazier and Andujar are very good hitters, but when healthy, when productive, yeah, I mean, they're not there now, and I don't know if they're going to get back there, at least with the Yankees, unfortunately. So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, Andujar will be traded to Pittsburgh. You never know, man. You never know, Rich. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's possible, man. It is possible. Yeah, Justin, he is a good hitter, man. And he's shown some consistency, and he's streaky too, but he's shown consistency. And he's got 20 bombs this year now, so it's not 40 like Ohtani, but even so, you can get 30 at him. That 59 home run season was kind of a freak year, and I know a lot of folks expected like 45 to 50 every season at him. After that, I think that was unrealistic. You get anywhere between 30 and 40 at him, that's a really, really good season. That's pretty much superstar season for everybody. So, but his, he had a 59 home run season. Judge had a 52. Neither one of them have gotten that close since. So, but again, they put up 30 plus every year. That's a good season, man. And again, 120, 130 games, good season. So, dude, yeah, I mean, Steven, man, you're right, dude. I mean, he was terrific. Yeah, I mean, he had it. Taillon was on. He wasn't as dominant tonight as he's been the last couple of games. Like, he had that rough patch in the fourth inning where he gave up 3 runs, but he got through it. Didn't finish out the inning, but, Wandy came in and saved and cleaned it up for him. But he still got another win, man, and he's a big part of this turnaround. He's been a portrait of consistency with the Yankees, and that's something that they've needed, especially in the rotations. There's too many injuries in the rotation, man. It's like Severino, the MRI did come back with Severino. He doesn't have any structural damage in his pitching shoulder, but he's still shut down for another week. I mean, these are just repeated things. Like Jacob deGrom, they keep having to shut down with the Mets. He never has any structural damage either, but he keeps shutting him down because he's not right either. So it's unfortunate, man. It's unfortunate. So I hope Severino gets to the point where he can come back. But my gut tells me it's going to be as a reliever and not a starter anymore. So it's unfortunate, but, it is what it is. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Yeah, I mean, Ohtani, yeah, it's true. Ohtani's got 40, man. He's having an unreal season. He pitched 8 innings yesterday, one-run ball too. So he's an incredible player to watch. I'm glad Cole struck him out last week too, though. That was really nice to see. Let's see. Wicked Show 50 Cal. What's up, man? Yeah, Wells or Hill didn't make the top 100. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting. I saw Volpe on there. I saw Dominguez. I saw Volpe ranked ahead of the Martian. Is that right? I don't. Well, could be. And I saw them in the top 20. I was surprised to see Volpe at like 12 and the Martian at like 17 in the top 100. That surprised me. But crazy. Hicks to the Phillies. Girardi. Yeah, I've heard that before too. I mean, he's got to show that he's healthy again, man. He has to show that he's healthy. So when he comes back next year, but he's got value and he's on a $10 million a year contract for his production. That's cheap compared to a lot of other outfielders. So, but unfortunately, he's not going to have a defined spot either here because the Yankees have Gallo. So and the Yankees have Greg Gallo. It's just, yeah, he's going to be the odd man out too, unfortunately. So Yankees might be able to get some value for him. Yeah, and I like Hicks because he was productive for the Yankees, but he's getting hurt way too much. 99 wins. Well, at this rate, Tim, yeah, I mean, that would be phenomenal if they had 99 wins. I could see them getting low, maybe 92, 93, and I think it's going to require at least that much to get into the postseason, which is crazy enough. The American League East was supposed to be a super weak division. It's now a pretty strong one. So, and the Yankees are always part of a tough division, so they always have it tough. Yeah, Volpe at 15, Dominguez at 17, Peraza at 64. Yeah. I mean, I was surprised to see Volpe in the top 15. I really, really was. Like, well, Hill, I think he was promoted now, so I don't know if they take him off that list. Once you're promoted, maybe you come off the top 100. So I'm not exactly sure how that works, and how long it takes for them to take you off. But Volpe's trajectory is high. Peraza's trajectory is high. The Martian's trajectory is high. I just hope that they stay. Let them groom, and keep them away from Marcus Timms, please. Keep the Volpe and the Martian away from Timms, please. Okay? But it's good to see the kids playing, and you're right, Nicholas. Yeah, absolutely, dude. It's good to see the youngsters playing, getting opportunities, and actually contributing to the winning streak and just this great run that the Yankees are on. And I hope that they continue to get opportunities like this. So, and go Yankees, Ray, man. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for coming on. We're going on a half an hour. I'm going to try to cap it around a half an hour or so. But I appreciate you all coming on. I'll be doing another one after tomorrow night's games. Hopefully the Yankees will take that one as well. You guys are always the best. And take a look at the other videos that I put out. So make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. That way you have access to all my other videos too. So, but you guys are the best, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Over now.